Hello, everybody. I've been thinking about this thing a little bit, you know, and I don't really have to scrape up nothing. I don't have to research or nothing to talk about what I'm gonna talk about. But like I have seen some stuff. I swear, YouTube's doing like Facebook now. I believe they know what you're talking about at home because it's popping up all over my computer here. Oh, y'all ain't gonna mess around. Uh, and wait for nobody. I mean, they can go back and watch it or whatever, or they could not watch it at all. But I did watch a couple of videos. So this, like where I am, this is a lot of people, y'all. And I don't think the parents realize what they're doing. I'm gonna explain that to you. And that really bothered me what Mama said yesterday. I asked a couple of people what they thought it meant, and nobody got it. Tammy didn't get it. I asked somebody else. They didn't get it. I mean, they got something different than what I got. About I chose you, you didn't choose me. I ought to be happy that I'm in this world. And and here's what it means, you know. I should be thankful. I should be thankful she chose me. That's what that was. I should be thankful that she chose me. And hey, I ain't gonna make no big deal about it. But uh not what she said, uh telling me about my daddy didn't want me. That didn't bother me as much as her getting on YouTube and saying it. I'm pretty tough, y'all. And a bunch of y'all in here, y'all know just what I'm talking about. Hell, you gotta be tough. Oh, I mean, I ain't gonna go all into that. But it made me remember, I ain't gonna go all throughout the family, but like, I had one brother, my mama and my daddy. Neither one of them graduated, high school. But I did. And I remembered this morning and I never forgot it. Uh and I've got on here and told y'all before that I wasn't gonna walk and get my little piece of paper. My little graduation rolled up paper. Hey, I graduated. That was all that mattered. Now, I told y'all, I'll remind y'all. I told Tammy I wasn't going to walk. That's when, if you don't know what I'm talking about walk, that's when y'all go up there and all the family comes, everybody comes, and you go up there and they grab your thing and uh, they give you that little rolled up piece of paper and shake your hand. I wasn't going. Oh yeah, yeah. Let me get back to what I was told Tammy. I told Tammy I wasn't going to do that, and then she told a couple of the girls, two or three of the girls I hung around with, and, I mean, they wouldn't have it, but like for me to graduate, go up there and get my hand shook. But does anybody know why I wasn't going to do it? Now, you know that my mama cared and my daddy cared. We know that. I do now. But I didn't know it then. You understand? I didn't know that. So I mean, I wasn't going to do it. Look here. If you think nobody don't care, you think nobody don't care. I ain't got no reason to get on here and lie about it. And I'm going to talk about that lying in a minute. But, like, this is kind of my point. I think parents run over their youngins and don't even realize they're doing it. Now, this is by God what I think. Oh, go take that off. It makes you look fat. Uh, do you understand? You know, you don't lost your mind. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard you say in my life. So, you see what I'm saying? They don't even realize they running over you like a steamroller. And some of them don't look back. They don't see that they might have made a mistake. And look here, y'all. I mean, I'm tough, y'all. I mean, you ain't see me on here crying. I got reason to cry. And I ain't sitting here trying to say I had no abusive childhood. I ain't trying to say that. It's just different folks. It's different ways. My mama is a tough individual. You should know that by now. And people see us and they think they know us. They think you know us from getting on here. Are you with us every day, all day long? Was you there when I was growing up? All the other parents there at the ball games? Both of mine missing. I talked to somebody. I talked to somebody yesterday, and she said she knew what it was like. She said she was a cheerleader. Said all the other parents was there, but her mama nor daddy wasn't there. What? What you think she thinks? What you think she thought then? Do you think that they like Rick? Do you think she felt like she was really truly loved, like the other girls? You know, y'all people like y'all need to get up on the game. You know, like all we know is you're supposed to respect your mother and daddy. What about them respecting you? And you know, I mean, like we know she just cut Stephen off. We know that. We seen it. You seen that. We just don't know why. You know what I mean? You seen that. That don't tell you nothing. You know what I mean? Listen, y'all. And everyone in here know it. It might not happen to you, but your parents will run over you, son, and won't bat a eye. And y'all know it. I can't believe everybody's in this make believe world where being old is a license to just run over people. Listen, they wouldn't have never been no stuff, y'all. It all started with Stephen. And man, Stephen's just as innocent as they could be. So I kept getting on there saying, if anybody can tell me what Stephen done, put it in the chat. That's what started the ball rolling, y'all. What can you say? Every one of y'all knows Stephen pretty good. And know what all they done? And like people ain't smart enough to say, look at here, something don't exactly add up. You know what I'm talking about? Something don't exactly add up. What did he do to Grandma? Maybe Linda. You know, I mean, you see on her debt, the people talking about way jealous. That's a damn joke. And I've asked Tim, I don't know how many times. And my mom and daddy both was a lot alike, y'all. They don't even know how much alike they are. They never have known how much they was alike. Watching long enough to know something is not right in bedrock and don't deserve any of this. That's what I'm saying. I mean, people ain't smart enough to catch on. And there's people that is not smart enough to catch on. And I think a lot of them people is by themselves. I do think that. I'm usually pretty good at thinking stuff, y'all. I ain't never lied to my mom and daddy. Ever. But I'm just a straight up kind of person. That's born in me. And nobody wants to listen to a lie now, do you? People, I think, prefer to be lied to. I've asked Tammy 1,000 times, what did I ever do to make her not trust me? And hell, my daddy was the same way. I told him one time, we was just sitting there talking. I said, I said, you can take a sheet and put it over my head like a ghost. And I said, let me have a compass under that cover. And I said, I can walk anywhere that you want me to walk. He didn't believe me. I learned how to read that compass because of hunting, y'all. Sometimes I'd be 2 or 3 miles back in the woods. And when you're running out of daylight, you got to be able to walk back to that boat without going wrong. You can look at that compass every now and then and make sure you're on track. But he didn't believe me. And I don't know what I done to make them think, hey, hell, I'm just lie like hell. And I'm being made out to be a liar too. That bothers me more than anything. That bothers me more than anything. I take pride in being straight up and being honest. I take pride in that. And there's some things I just don't say. And I was talking to a girl last night, not Kathy, y'all. I know more than one woman. And she was sitting at the table with 2 or 3 people at the hospital. They was waiting for somebody that was, you know, and this girl was telling how her daddy used to beat her mama. And the daddy walked up there, the door was open, and he was listening to what the girl was saying. And he called her a liar. She said, he probably don't remember. I said, look here. Not being able to remember ain't no excuse for roughing up your wife. You might can you might can tell them that once or 2 times. I don't remember. That don't mean it's okay. When when you figure out you like that, then it's you when you put that up to your lips and take the first swallow. You know what you're gonna turn into. And you're gonna go out and do your thing like you wanna do and paint the town and then come home and rough up your wife that's sitting home with the youngins. And this is getting to be a pretty big thing, y'all. Just like I'm still down at the camper, y'all. Tammy went to the house to do some stuff and everything, but I'm alone down here in the camper. I'm finding out that there's actually a lot of this. And the stuff I've listened to ain't even nowhere near about as bad as what I'm saying. You know, like, you know, what they went through was bad, real bad. And, hey, I'm trying to say this like, I really don't think parents realize what they say to their youngins. You know, they've been telling you stuff their whole life, and I really don't think they think nothing about it. And, you know, like Stephen, you know, hey, sometimes he'll tell me some off the wall stuff. I don't, I don't call him up every day and say, boy, you done lost your mind. I try to respect what he thinks, and I try to respect what Tammy thinks. That daughter of mine, I try to respect what they think. And, you know, she was down here, you know, Father's Day, you know. And I already know how they are, her and her husband. And they saved their money. I'm talking about they saved dollars. I'm sure they saved hundreds, but they saved dollars too. They save change. What I'm trying to get over to you is they ain't sitting there saving big amounts of money. They want to go way down there. And Ashley, I'll tell you, y'all, you know, she said, well, we went down there, we found a place we liked, then we went a little further and found a place we liked better, and then went down there and found a little place we liked a little better than that. And you know what, y'all? It don't matter. I talk about what you want to go way down yonder for, all the way at the tip. You know, going there where the keys is and stuff, you know. Hey, you think it matters? Did I say? Well, that's just dumb. I ain't say that to her. But they raked and scraped. I said, oh, Christina, you know, they both school teachers, and he's got his master's, not just real smart, you know, with money. I wished I was that smart as they are with money, you know. But they save for later. I said, Christine, I said, y'all gonna wind up all right, You ain't got to drink water when you go to a restaurant to save $2, you know? And they do that. They do that. Her husband takes he takes his own dinner. He cooks his own dinner in the morning time, lunch, y'all call it lunch. He cooks in the morning to eat cheap. And I mean, they making the hell out of some money, y'all. But that's how they think. And you know what, y'all? You gotta respect that. It ain't your job no more to be saying go brush your teeth, go get your bath. Don't wear that, it makes you look too fat. You ought to do like this. You ought to do like that. You ought to do this. You ought to do that. Yeah, don't do that. You understand? He's telling me he's afraid of himself there, Jane. He turns into the Incredible Hulk every now and then. That's what Wyatt Earp's saying. And here's what I'm saying, y'all. They never stop telling you what they think. I don't, I myself don't think I need to be told what to think. What to think or what to do. And I know everybody ain't saying nothing too much. But there's people right here in this audience that know what I'm talking about. Respect, y'all. This could have been everything could have been avoided. Everything, y'all. Just keeps getting bigger. That's it. You're right. I apologize about Stephen. I was mad. I got mad. That's what that's what a real man will do, y'all. I was wrong. But it got buried. And then and then I'm lying about everything. I'm lying and I'm twisting things. I ain't lied and I ain't twisted nothing. I don't I don't like being made like I'm lying either. Take my credibility away. You know, like if your mama stands up in a room and tells everybody you an alcoholic to a bunch of strangers, what's that? Do you think do you think that is a good thing? Your mama telling a bunch of people you an alcoholic? Well, she didn't lie. What's the reason for my son is an alcoholic? What's the reason for that? Ain't y'all ain't y'all fairly smart? What's the reason? Hey, listen here, Elizabeth. And she said, Danny, why do you have to keep discussing your family problems with the whole world? Go talk to your mama. People on YouTube can't solve your family problems. Hey, Elizabeth, did you go watch my mama's video yesterday? I mean, man, are you crazy? See what I'm talking about, y'all? Elizabeth, let me tell you something. I have been made to get on here and look like I'm lying. Might be the reason I'm telling the whole world. I think Kathy's right. Elizabeth, you're stupid. There was a boy I used to hang around with. His daddy was, look here, user. Does she have to respect me? Let me ask you. Yeah, you don't have to watch. But you, user, like, did your mama respect you? I know you a hater. You and Elizabeth both. You think she should respect me? You think I should respect Stephen? You think I should respect my daughter? Do you think I should respect everybody? Or just because I'm older than them, I got the right just to say anything to them? And because I'm the father, I can just say anything I want to say. And he can't say nothing back. Are you dumb? Don't you go tell her, user. Look in, let me show you what I'm gonna do with you. Who wants to have the pleasure to block user, y'all? I'll let one of y'all have the pleasure to do it. There you go, user. They got one more word in. Your mama's a saint. Hey, see that right here, y'all? That's just somebody just on here to agitate. They don't care, you know. They don't care about nothing I'm saying. Anybody with any good sense knows what I'm saying about your mother respecting you. They ain't bothering me. But I mean, it's just, it's just kind of unreal to me, like, how people are and everything. Hell, I'm always telling the truth. Let me show y'all something here. Read this right here, y'all. Respecting children means treating them as distinct human beings whose thoughts, emotions, and boundaries deserve the same basic courtesy we give adults. It establishes a foundation of mutual trust that helps children grow into confident and com- compassionate individuals. Hey, I know people ain't gonna get it, y'all. I mean, people don't want to get it. Hey, they will catch her. I told y'all about a woman that's like on the TV 35 news. I mean, they don't, they not big time at all. It's a little TV station in Dublin. And she got on there the first night. And the woman wasn't that swift. And she thought she was. Matter of fact, I read where everybody thinks they smarter than what they actually are. I read that yesterday. Uh, so this woman's on this show, and it's called Oconee Trading Post. That's where people call in and stuff. And she was taking phone calls, and her mama called in and told her daughter, "You saying y'all too much." Now I'm telling you, she ain't even think nothing about. I mean, that mother ain't even think nothing about calling and telling her daughter on TV. She's saying y'all too much. Now, I mean, I know exactly what's happening, y'all. My, my credibility is trying to be broke. That means what I say is trying to be broke. And like, just going on, boy. Let me look at this messages. Hey, I don't know if you should have blocked her for that. Hey, well, she didn't block her. Because, I mean, I think that's kind of true. And, all these people, they know. And if, if you just listen to one side, I probably wouldn't be on YouTube. If I was like what you hear, I probably couldn't make it on YouTube. I say, I'm telling you what's happening. He's an alcoholic. Tells you everything, boy. Like, did that do people good that don't know me? Like, I get on here, y'all, and I mean, I'm just trying to swim without drowning. You understand? I don't have all that many people to watch, but I don't want the people that do watch me to think I'm just up here lying. And it started out, uh, and I mean, it started out little, and just has turned into a tsunami, you know? And people forget why it all started. And it could have been fixed with I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't know that my mom and daddy would have took up for me the way I did my son. But I am my own man, y'all. I don't look around and see what everybody's doing, and then I just go jump in that boat. And I ain't no fence rider. That means I jump on this side, then I jump back on that side, and then I'm back on the fence. I'm like a man of the men. And I stood up for my son. And I've told y'all, I don't know how many times, If he done something wrong, I can understand it. Hell, I still don't understand it, boy. And hell, then it went to me. Then it went to Tammy. Discrediting Tammy. You know what I mean? What the hell, boy? And Tammy's the finest Christian woman I know. That I know, boy. I live with her. I hear the prayers, boy. Everybody knows. I said, just do your show. Forget this. Then she on there, yesterday talking about my daddy didn't want me. Like, what the hell is that? I'm talking about, has the whole entire world lost their mind? I'm talking about, like, I'm trying to cool things down. Your daddy didn't want you. I chose you. I'm like 60. Next month, I mean, I don't know how old I'll be, 66 or 67 or something other. I just started finding out my daddy didn't want me. What's what's the reason for that, y'all? Hey, y'all pretty smart people, ain't you? Why would somebody say that? That's a slam. I'm sorry to hear that. Hey, boy, I wouldn't tell my youngin' that. Everybody knows all about it, don't they? Did y'all know? Think about this. Did y'all know that if she were to go back to doing her show regular as usual, and then I kept just attacking? Did you know everybody on there would turn against me if she was up there singing, you know, praising God and telling her stories and everything, and this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. And I was attacking her. Did you know every one of y'all would turn against me if I kept attacking? Why do I keep on? Why do I? Because she's doing that. trying to break my credibility. Don't believe him? He's an alcoholic. You can't believe nothing he says. He's an alcoholic. And man, always being straight up, you know. And and yeah, I mean, look at Timmy. Timmy come from a pretty rough place, y'all. I don't. Tammy's a pretty strong woman, y'all. I don't think she would put up with uh me treating her bad. I really don't think she would. I mean, I don't think everybody just like, I don't know if people just don't have the ability. What I'm saying is smart enough to figure everything out. And it is best to quit talking about me because I'm too good at this. And you know what, John? It's easy when you sit there telling the truth. It's easy. Well, she, and I really don't think she'll ever quit. You know, I really think yesterday she made that title and everything. I chose you. I think she's like kind of wanting to back out of that. She done made her title. Everybody's wanting to know, well, what is it? What is it? What is this? But I mean, I think you can always hear this dog loves me. This dog chooses me. This dog genuinely loves me. Nobody's making this dog do nothing. This dog loves me. That stuff has meaning behind it. You might not realize it, but it has meaning behind it. And boy, it ain't no telling how bad I'd be if I actually read her comments. I learned, son, I cannot go read comments. I explained you got 500 people that's there watching you, that they not there for the drama, they there whether it don't matter if you're out there picking plums, they 500 people's there. Then the other people is there for drama. And I think that they are people that can relate to her that actually did have real bad stuff in their family. I didn't have no real bad stuff in my family, y'all. Let me say that again. I didn't have no real bad stuff in my family. But I do know that, like my youngins, they they had a different kind of life. I told Bentley, I said, son, you ain't gonna hear no hell raising around here. We ain't gonna raise hell an hour or 2 hours every day. You know, I'm gonna tote this thing about Stephen, you know. I just, you know, I mean, when she starts, you know, I mean, her show on Tuesday, if she goes back to her old show, you know, I'm just gonna have to try not to say nothing, you know. You go on long time not saying her that's nothing about it. Grandma that's keeps bringing things up. Hey, that's right. I didn't mean that in a mean way. Meanly, not at all. There are maybe ages catching up with her, not trying to be mean. You know that guy that's making them videos about us, he's gonna run with what she said yesterday. He's sitting there. He's sitting there waiting for ammunition. I expect he's gonna run that in the ground. I bet you he's working on it right now. Yeah, I don't think there's nothing wrong with Grandma. You know, uh if there was something medically wrong with her, I wouldn't be on here talking right now. If I thought there was, people don't understand. That's my mama. I know, I know her. I know how she is. Hey, I ain't trying to say she's no bad person. But anybody that don't know, like you see her like cut Stephen out of her life. If if you don't see that, you understand that, you are stupid. And it seems like there's a lot of them. This this son don't drink. This son don't uh do no drugs. If we need him, if we need him, he's there. If she called him up today, y'all listen to me. By God, listen good. She says, Stephen, I need you. Do you think he would say no? Like, what's wrong with everybody? Hey, I love you too, Lord. You know what I mean? If if like if if you don't see what I'm saying, something's wrong with your mind. If you think Stephen's mean and vicious and is against Grandma, something's wrong with your mind. Yeah, she said she's never been mad but once. Huh? Hey, y'all, I, hey, boy, like, you think like, you think like this is fun? You think like I'm having a good time? You think I'm jealous? You think Steven's jealous? I took a video from her channel where a bunch of women come to see him. It didn't get but 4,000 views on her channel. I remember y'all. I got a better memory than I won't. I do got a better memory than I won't. It had 4,000 views. It's still on there. You can go look at it. Blue and a bunch of women come to see Steven. Lives down there at Mama's. I took that video and edited it, put it on Steven's channel. And that night when I talked to her, she said, it looks like that video is doing better on his channel than it did on my channel. Do you think I'm making that up? She said that night. She called me up on that video took down. And I sat there and I made videos, and I got into it one time before with her about this. I was like doing some behind the scenes at Grandma's. She told me she didn't want me to do it, you know. I was taking some behind the scenes and putting it on my channel, trying to get this channel going, or Tammy's channel, you know, one of them. Behind the scenes. Looked like the video's doing better than it did on my channel. Like, what do you get out of that, you know? What do you get out of that? But I mean, I thought everything was cool. You know, I really thought everything was cool, you know? I did, y'all. And I found out, didn't I? You know, y'all don't know about it, but he actually made a little hint to Grandma about coming back down there, and she didn't say nothing, you know. Sometimes it's what people don't say, you know. There's really no telling where they would be at now, you know. 'Cause they had a incredible. I ain't never seen somebody. Now listen, and y'all know this. I ain't never seen no better chemistry between two people as with Stephen and Grandma. And I mean, it's like I told Grandma, this ain't your ex-husband, your lying ex-husband saying it. This is me saying it. I ain't never seen no better chemistry than what they had whenever they was together. And I actually understand that, y'all. Believe it or not, I understand he was filming on TikTok when he went down there. Like Hillary Clinton, this is mine. This is all mine. You know, like Stephen's helping her on her channel. She's helping him on that double T. Everything's going good. And then this is mine. You know that, like, you know what I'm telling y'all? You know what I'm telling y'all here? I'm telling you 100% of the truth. I'm not twisting nothing. And I'm like, I tell you, like, the truth is the last thing you'll hear. Well, I don't like them people on TikTok. That ain't exactly what it was. As her video. He loved uh going down there. I didn't ever understand it, like him enjoying going down there so much. Like, because y'all, I mean, this is a job. Making these videos. I mean, if you ain't doing nothing, it's, I mean, it ain't no big deal, if you ain't doing nothing. Like today, I'm just sitting around. I thought about putting a boat in the river. Tammy went to the house to do some stuff. I'm like, this is a job, y'all. They's like a little more than y'all realize. Y'all just don't realize it. Hey, boy, everybody's making money like hell, boy. Everybody's making money, boy. I was making money. Steve was making money. Tammy's making money. Grandma's making money. Like, we just making money like hell, boy. Everybody gaining subscribers. I still am. That always pisses people off whenever I say I'm gaining subscribers. They usually a couple of people unsubscribe. I'll show him. But then two more subscribe back. You know, there's something there that YouTubers just don't understand. There's enough of y'all to go around. And even if you don't watch the live right then, I mean, you go catch back up later. Well, Shannon, you know, I agree with you. And y'all, it was taking off now. Well, it was taking off. And I'm telling y'all, I mean, you know how I can remember y'all? I mean, I'm telling you, 1,000 people was watching live on Grandma. 1,000 people. They had, there's Stephen 40, and there's her, 84. And I ain't never seen two people that could relate to one another so good as they did. And I mean, and they wasn't sitting there trying to think of nothing to say, neither, y'all. This is me snapping my finger. They could talk just like that. Just like that. Never miss a lick. And I'm afraid, y'all. The longer it goes, worse the like the harder it is to find your way back. And I know y'all seen Stephen go down there while she was live, boy. That was him reaching out. Or did you take that a different way? Man, that was him reaching out, boy. Like how many people said, go talk to her? He did that. Hey, boy, that's my mom. And that stuff really bothers me, y'all. I love my mom. That, that, that stuff bothers me more than y'all know. More like Timmy, like what Nat didn't write yesterday after that video. She like went in a cocoon, boy. I said, what's wrong, Tim? She said, nothing. And I know her too. What no? Yeah. Hey, Pamela Vargas, what did Stephen do? Hey, Pamela Vargas, are you paying attention? I was talking about when I said, you ever seen people like just go against City Hall? So that's the way I'm telling you, like people that just go against City Hall. They don't they don't exactly just do like everybody else. They go against City Hall. Everybody knows people like that. But I really wasn't talking about City Hall. I said, Grandma, don't listen to them people. I'm wasting my breath. Tell her. I said, don't listen to them people. And this was a few years ago. She like decided she was going to do the live by herself. And that's okay and good. But she's getting bad advice from reading comments. You don't need Danny nor Steven. They just trying to get your money. They That's what they doing. That's exactly what they doing, is trying to get your money. And I said, don't listen to them people, because I knew what her and Stephen was doing was best. You can't you can't listen to uh 10 or 12 comments talking about they trying to get your money. And you don't need Stephen, you don't need Danny, matter of fact, you don't need nobody. But she's listening to them, see? She was listening to them. I said, don't listen to them. And them same people that she's listening to, they say, well, I just wish it would go back to doing edited videos. The same ones. So what that means, you first you get Danny and Stephen and Tammy out of there, and then you start on her about go back to edited videos. See what I mean? Joshua, I see you on here. I want you to listen to me. You need to go to Amazon and get you a wish list, boy. And get your daddy to send your address to Tammy, where we can get you some birthday presents, son. We ain't got to put your address out there to the whole world, but the people that want to send you a present, we'll give it to them. And I said, once the people get used to these lives, they ain't gonna want you to do no edited videos. Now they'll watch them, but like, you know how y'all like the lives. And that all happened. Everything I'm saying happened. Hey, they don't, I mean, man, they don't know how many videos that she brought to me that I finished editing them for her, and I uploaded them to her channel because it was too much for her. Did you hear what I just said? She, she'd take her stuff and put it on a little thumb drive and bring it to me, and I would finish it for her and upload it. They don't know that. And hell, they don't. And even if they know, they don't care. Hell, I know that. They don't care. All they know is you don't need them people. Me, Stephen, Tammy, Christina. You don't. You don't need them. They trying to get your money. Hey, I didn't mind helping her. I didn't mind helping her, y'all. But I guarantee you this right here, I wouldn't do that for nobody else. You can sure believe that. Oh, a few years ago, y'all, Mama put us on her checkbook, you know. She put Tammy on there. Tammy found out not too long ago she took it off. You know, they might become a day when somebody's got to write a check for her, you know. She took it off. I don't know how Tammy found out, but Tammy was up there doing something at the bank. But it was Tammy wasn't snooping. It was something else. She can tell you. But found out, you know, they took our signature off. And here's what I'm saying out of that. What did I ever do or steal or lie about that would make her do that? I ain't never lied to her, y'all. I ain't never lied to my daddy. There might have been some stuff I didn't say, but I ain't lied to neither one of them. Or Tammy neither, y'all. I don't lie to Tammy. Hey, boy, and she lived with me, y'all. I mean, I lived with her, you know. Hey, she knows we ain't never damn like went in her pocketbook or nothing. I'm talking about, she knows that. She knows we ain't never took one single thing. Never. But, you know, I mean, I get treated like I'm a liar. And I get treated like I'm going to take her money. I reckon she's like listening to them people. They trying to take your money. What I was doing, y'all, is what I was doing. Somebody told me that the nursing home can take your house. And I was also telling her, you know, like if we had to, y'all, I know Grandma wouldn't want to come up to our house, but if we had to, we would move down there with her. We would have. And this is me saying it. You just have to trust me. I heard that them nursing homes could take your house. And I was trying to get everything in order. You know, I was trying to get everything in order. I ain't going to explain what the hell order means, but I was trying to get everything in order. And you know what, y'all? Do you know who else? might need somebody to write a check for them one day, that's you and me and Tammy and Stephen and your youngest and your grand youngest in the whole world. Do you, by God, understand somebody might need to have to write a check for you one day? Do you understand? But it ain't gonna be me or Tammy because we can't be trusted. The, y'all, the truth is hard to hear, ain't it? Let me read this. You have to be divested of all assets for 5 years so you have no assets for them to take. You do that with a trust. I don't know, I don't know nothing about that. I know a woman I know a woman that went to church up there with Tammy. They took her house. And they had to go get a, they had to move and go buy another place. They lived on the land with their mother. They lived, you understand what I'm saying? At one time or another, they moved a trailer on the same land with their mama, with the woman's mama. And hey, I don't, I don't really know what happened, but yeah, the woman went to the nursing home. I don't think they knew nothing about it. And the nursing home took that land and house. They might have moved that double wide trailer. I don't know. But they had a double wide trailer on there with the woman's mama. And I know they had to move. So like I was trying to like just get everything, and grandma was doing good. You don't wait until you're about to die to buy life insurance. You understand? Hell man, I was trying to look out of my mama. I wasn't trying to fix it where I could go buy me a new car. But some people will think that's what I was trying to do. I ain't never uh done that. I ain't never stole nothing from nobody, y'all. Well, my, you know, hey, Bailey, I just have to trust that whatever they doing is what they doing. I'm not in it. I'm not in it, Beverly. I watched a man on YouTube, y'all, and he was kind of talking about his life, like he kept moving up in his life and he kept thinking one day he would be complete. And he got hurt. And he used to make as much in a, a week as he gets now, $1,800 a month. He said he's more complete at the $1,800 a month than he was at the $5,000 a month. And I talked to Tammy about this. I said, we could get rid of this camper. We could get rid of all the cars. We could just have one car. I said, instead of running two air conditioners when it's hot, we got them window units. I said, we could just run one. And you can eat different, and you can spend different, and you can not go to the restaurants. And, like the way we just, we see something at Walmart. I think I might need that. Uh, you know, I mean, you can live cheap if you need to. If it comes down to it, you can live cheap. And I told Tam, I said, we can. He'll get rid of all them boats. Get rid of all them boats. Get rid of the camper. Sell all them cars. Like what I do, y'all. Everything I do, I don't exactly do for me. Hey, I mean, I know everybody thinks I'm bad, but they just don't know me. My daddy, he he had about $40,000 when he died. No, no, before he died. I mean, about 2 years before. But he done got the bad news. He had about $40,000 and he showed it to me, where it was at and everything. And I told you, like my mom and daddy, like they think a lot alike. They are more alike than they know. And somewhere along the line, he changed his mind, and put his sister in charge of that money. I don't know how in the hell, if he had everything paid for, that the money goes from 40,000, and that was 2 years before he died. So he got checks and everything. They put him on, disability and all that, whatever it is. So he still had a few more years of getting checks. So I don't actually know what the money went to. I know he didn't trust me and my brother. Hell, I didn't ever know why. I still don't know why. To give that money to his sister to look after everything. He tried to give it to Mama for her to look after, and she didn't do it, but she should have. But that, like this, let's just say it was, it's 40,000 when I seen. Let's just say it was 50,000 when he died. That 50,000 wound up being $1,500 for me and $1,500 for my brother out of $50,000. And y'all heard me talking about that silver money, that he had. That damn money disappeared. It was actually Mama's money. That silver money was Mama's money. She inherited it from her mama. And it's real simple. Like, how did she get that? She worked at a restaurant, y'all. And she worked in a time where it would run across silver money. She'd take that silver money and, take her money out or, whatever. Everybody's done it. Well, she was keeping that silver money. When Mama and Daddy split up, that silver money that belonged to Mama went missing. And I know it was Mama's. I know it was. That son of a bitch stole the money. He stole the money from Mama and blamed it on the movers. I mean, she couldn't prove it. And even if she can prove it, I mean, uh, when you got to catch somebody with something in their hand. If somebody comes to your house and there's $100 bill laying on the table, and whenever they leave, you tell the law that money was there, and whenever they left, it was gone. That ain't worth 2 cents. If you didn't catch them with that in their pocket, that ain't worth 2 cents to tell the law. I know they stole it because there wasn't nobody else here, and it was on the table, and whenever they left, it was gone. Well, my daddy died. That money was never seen again. I agree you can't hardly trust nobody. But I'd be damned if I ever done anything to make somebody not trust me. And I ain't ever lied. I ain't somebody that just lies. I can't stand to talk to people that lie. I mean, I don't even want to hear what they're saying. I don't even want to listen to somebody if if uh, one sentence out of 8 sentences is a lie. I don't even want to hear it because they a lie. They a lie, and then you don't really know what they lying about if they're telling the truth. You don't know what's true, and you don't know what's a lie. That's why you don't want to talk to them. You don't know what's a lie. You don't know what's the truth. God sees everything. We can't worry about stressing. It's not good for our health. Give it to the Lord. Oh, Mama's got the kind of memory I got, y'all. She remembered one particular coin. I've heard her talking about it a bunch of times. She was waiting for me and my brother to get that bag of money where she could look at it. She had one coin memorized. Probably more than that, but I heard her talking about she was waiting to see if Daddy is the one that stole the money. You understand? When he died, she wanted to see that bag of silver. Because she didn't really never know whether he stole it or not. I said, he stole it. I said, hell yeah, he stole it. Ain't no doubt in my mind he stole it. Because I seen the money, y'all. Bunch of times. And if Mama would have told me, I would have stole the money back and give it to her. And if he asked me about, like, did you get any of that money? I said, I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. I would have stole that money back and give it back to Mom. But see, I didn't know That was her money. I didn't find out till later. But hell yeah, I would have got that money. And hey, I'd have went out there and snuck it out the trunk of that car. And I would have took the money and give it to mom. I remember him selling some of that money at the meat market. There was a man over there that had this store, Middle Georgia Silver and Gold. That man used to come buy steaks from us, and he sold that man some. Gene Haddon. But like, hey, how many bags of gold you think there is? I mean silver, you know. My mama had a bag of silver. She got from her mama. And then all of a sudden, my daddy's got a bag of silver. You think I wouldn't have stole it back? You better believe it. I would have got it. I would have got it. You, you count on I would have got it, and I would have given it back to her. That money's long gone, y'all. That bag of silver. You know who done it? My daddy's sisters. That he trusted to do the right thing by his money and his belongings. Hey, they was GUNs that went missing. My brother raised hell, boy. Them, them GUNs was gone. Don't nobody know what happened to them. Like I say, my brother raised hell, boy. They ain't nobody know nothing. And what they done is they broke the chain, see. Instead of Stephen, and instead of me and my brother getting the stuff, I mean, I didn't care about it that much. Because I had, it's just kind of the principle of the thing or whatever, you know. You know, that, that, them guns would have went to Stephen. And then them would have been went to, Stephen's youngest. Right on down the line. But somebody come in there and stole them. See? Hey, how you say that nice? One of the sisters stole the guns and the silver and the money. And I mean, all of them's well off. Them's the worst ones. People that's well off, they the worst ones, ain't they? Hell, I know y'all know it. I know y'all know it. I'm gonna tell y'all something that I changed, y'all. Some of you might be noticed. When I met that preacher, I changed, y'all. The preacher down on the river. They misplain it. Let me explain to you exactly what happened. What changed me? I'm gonna tell you what changed me and how it changed me and why it changed me. I'm gonna tell you why. I said, hey preacher, what's your channel name? I said, I'll mention your channel on my channel. Maybe you can get some subscribers out of it. He said, Danny, what's your channel? I said, well, you might not want to mention my channel because I cuss on my channel. He said, why do you do that? I said, I don't know. Just expressing myself or something, you know. He didn't recommend me, y'all. I told him not to. He said, you know, Danny, he said, I see people. He's got a little channel, y'all. He said, I see people. He said that they tell me that they are proud to watch a clean channel. And that they appreciate it, you know. And that, uh, I thought about that, y'all. And I mean, I thought about it pretty good too, you know. I thought about it enough that I quit the cussing. You might hear something slip out, but I don't plan on being embarrassed again. Telling this preacher that I think a lot of, and he thinks a lot of me, and I talked to him the other day down here. I don't plan on being embarrassed again. Not, not because uh, I want him to promote me. It's just I got a good look at it, you know. I got a good look, you know. He said, why would you do that? You notice it, Linda? Like when us boys in Dublin, you know, we when we talk to women and stuff, we have respect. And that, hey, it probably changed me for the rest of my life, you know. But I don't want to be embarrassed like that again. Oh, well, hey, y'all try to help me get Grandma back on track and cut out the stuff And I've told her before, she said, I done told all them stories. I said, they don't care. They want to hear about when you was little. I said, they don't care. They sit right there and listen to it all again. Hey, maybe if, we have a ceasefire, no, this dog loves me over and over and over. This dog loves me and all that. Just get on there and be like you're supposed to be and entertain. I do truly believe y'all hate uh is contagious. And I think if you go look at the comments, you will see that I am right. Again, thank y'all for everything, y'all. We still down at the river. We still enjoying ourselves. Thank y'all for everything. Bye bye, y'all.